Today I want to share a really impressive piece of home-built equipment with you guys. A pull-in chainsaw winch. So this winch was given to me during the threshing bee by my friend Chris. And she brought this out to me and said that it had belonged to, I guess, a friend of theirs. I don't know who built it. They didn't really know a lot about the history of it. And we weren't exactly all quite sure how it all worked. And I've just been kind of sitting here cleaning it up and looking at it. And what an impressive piece of equipment this is. The mind that devised all this and put this together is, every time, the more I look at it, the more impressed I am with it. Just with the thought and ingenuity of how it was designed. And essentially, I'll just break it down real quickly for you. I haven't even tried to start it yet. I don't know if it runs or if it's going to work, but I'm going to get into it, and hopefully we can get it going. I'll share that with you in this video. But what we have here, of course, to start with, is a small pull-in chainsaw. It's a pretty old one, pull-in 361. And as you can see, right here is a drum, kind of a traditional boat winch style of drum. And that has been coupled right here to the chainsaw drive sprocket. And this here is very clever. This is the clutch assembly. And what this does is, if you can see in here, there is a V-belt that runs off of this pulley up to this pulley. And you can see that that's made out of a piece of plywood. And then that's hooked to a small chain, like a bike chain, which in turn goes down, drives these sprockets, and then the gears are reduced and drives the winch drum. So, of course, to engage the clutch on this ingenious design here, you can see that this kind of a curved design bracket with the spring on it. By pulling this back, this piece of plywood, it locks down, and this is a tensioner. And this tensions this belt, therefore engaging the winch. A couple other things I've noticed, that he's got safety guards on everything. Here, safety guard there, safety guard on the exhaust, and also a really ingenious adjustment system for this sprocket. You can see right here he's got the threaded rods on both sides to lift, to tension the chain up and down. It's just about perfect right now. I don't see where it needs any adjustment whatsoever. We have here a couple of other interesting features. We have these cogs right here. This locks the winch, so it's kind of a safety mechanism when it won't allow the winch to spool in, so you can flip that up and lock it. And then we have here a brake. You can see it's kind of designed after an oil filter, how an oil filter tool works, how by pushing on this it clamps and squeezes around this washer that is pinned through the shaft or the disc or whatever that is. And it's just simply, it's a manual brake. Again, you can see the chain right there, the plywood pulley. And then last here is the anchor point. This would be a fixed point. You can't anchor from the chainsaw because it's light duty aluminum, but this is a point that anchors right at the drum. So this would hook to the tree, and then of course the lead, the cable will come out this end. So that kind of breaks down the structure and how it works the best I can see. So let's see if we can't get this thing going and see what it'll pull. So I suspect that this hasn't run in some time. Kind of got that impression. So before we get too carried away, let's find out if it's even going to run. very impressive that this saw started up with such little effort. This is what you can expect from American-made equipment that was built before designed obsolescence it became the norm in manufacturing. So let's see what this little winch will do. This may be a bit ambitious to pull these two logs up this grade. What we've got here is we've got one about 12 inches here at the butt, this one about 7 inches at the butt, about 16 feet long, green Doug fir, and we're pulling it up about probably about a 15 to 20% grade. So I don't know where to start with this. We just need to figure out what it'll do and what it'll pull. So I figured we'll start with the smaller one here. Nothing. Amazing. Did you see that? That's amazing. I am absolutely astonished that this winch could pull that hard and so fast. I no more than got my finger on the trigger and the log was up here about ready to hit me in the foot. Incredible. I thought this thing was a toy. I didn't really know what I would use it for. But unbelievable that thing yarded that heavy log up there like that. And I was no more than half throttle. So let's run it back down there and hook onto that big one. That's 12 inches at the butt. It's green, so it's heavy. And about 16 feet, it's actually plus trim, so it's 17 feet long. Let's see if this little winch can yard that big one up here. Incredible. Very impressive. Very impressive. That little chainsaw winch hauled up these two logs, 17 feet long, green Doug fir, up a 15 to 20% slope. Look at the rate of speed, and it was amazing. It definitely was all it wanted for the bigger one right there to the right with the 12-inch butts. Versus a smaller one, but even so it was doable. Throw a pulley on there, cut that pole in half, and you really have something. This I thought was a toy. I really did, just kind of a novelty, but this is a real working tool. And the mind behind whoever it was that built this is very impressive to me. To be able to conceive this and to come up with it and execute it, to me, is brilliant. You know, that's just incredible to me. My hat's off to the great man who came up with such an idea. And I think about all of the wonderful creative minds that are just being wasted away on spending time in video games and in front of the television and medicated and just not seeking their potential. And I look at something like this, created most likely from a working guy, a blue-collar guy, a guy that just created this out of necessity. It's awe-inspiring to me and very impressive. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and you'll see more of this little gem to come.